Season 9 is literally right around the corner, coming out tomorrow when this video comes out. But that doesn't mean that this video is going to be a bunch of junk in the future. A lot of stuff is changing this season, and it's important to know about the tweaks that are happening here and there, so you can get a general idea of how the numbers are going to look next season. Because, oh boy, it's quite impressive how much is changing. I'll talk about that in a minute, but first I'm going to ask you to subscribe and leave a like on this video, as I want to continue making Overwatch 2 related content that's not only entertaining, but educational too. The first thing that's changing is the health pools are going up by a bit. Heroes that have 150 or 175 health, so Tracer and Widowmaker, are having their health increased by 25 HP. Heroes that have 200 to 300 health are having their health increased by 50 HP, and heroes that have 300 plus health, so pretty much just the tanks, are having their health increased by a whopping 75 to 100 HP. Now this just means that teamfights are gonna last a lot longer and the flow of the game isn't gonna be as fast as it is at the minute. It's pretty easy to just team wipe and then absolutely stomp if your team are much better than the enemy team because the damage numbers are absolutely huge. So this little boost is going to make it so you hopefully don't spend as much time in spawn next season. The next thing is that there's going to be a small update to role-specific passive abilities. All roles are now going to generate 20 health per second after being out of combat for 5 seconds. DPS are getting a passive where when they deal damage to an enemy, that enemy receives 20% less healing, and supports will now begin regenerating health after 2.5 seconds, rather than 5 seconds that the tanks and DPS will have to wait. This stuff is pretty cool, especially the DPS passive, because it means that if you can't dive the supports in the backline, it's easier to take out the front line and then work on staggering the backline. It does, however, mean that teams are going to have to change the way that they play to focus on taking out the DPS in order to heal more, otherwise they'll get very little healing, especially from heroes like Lucio. The last important change to note going into Season 9 is that the size of bullets are going to be changing, so hitting shots is going to be a bit easier. Hitscan heroes with fast fire rates or high spread are having their bullet size increased by 0.05 meters. Hitscan heroes that are more precise are having their bullet size increased by 0.08 meters. Heroes that have very high fire rates or shotguns where the bullets have to travel, so heroes like Ramatra and Hog, are having their bullet size increased by 0.05 meters. Heroes whose bullets have a travel time higher than 50 meters per second are having their bullet size increased by 0.010 meters. And heroes whose bullets have a travel time of 50 meters per second or lower are having their bullet size increased by 0.15 meters. These changes exclude heroes that already have base projectile size of 0.5 meters, like Fire Strike and Arisa's Javelin. But that's about it for the changes you need to know going into Season 9. Now, this is subject to change because, as we all know, Blizzard like changing things here and there throughout the season. If these things are going to change, they'll most likely change in the mid-season patch. All these changes look really interesting and I'm excited to see how stuff plays out next season, but that's tomorrow, so now we wait. Also, the update is apparently going to be 38 gigabytes, so if you need to clear up some space, make sure you do it now. Anyways, thanks for watching. Once again, I'm going to ask you to like this video as it lets me know that you find these videos not only to be helpful, but entertaining. Let me know what you think about these changes in the comments below, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll try my hardest to answer them, and if not, maybe someone else can answer them. Finally, have a nice day or night if you're watching this at night, and make sure to check out my other videos. Not only will I appreciate it, but you might too.